Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Dear Cappy, I was thinking Friday about sending you a request about the topic of revenge. I held off, figuring any views or explanations would probably just be self-explanatory, stuff you've already supposed to just know. Then I'm lounging at home Saturday thinking about joining two friends at a downtown bar just to get out of the house in the very least. But after considering your video responses about the collapse in downtown bars and updates from those friends with very mixed opinions about how the bar and nightclub was going, I decided to stay in, especially once I saw that you had an Older Brother Live podcast. Damned if you didn't cover revenge and discuss a number of facets of this topic on the podcast. Now I've got to send a request now that the fire's been stoked. Too damn long to read. I've been lied to, deliberately, and screwed over on almost every major step of the way leading up to this point in my life. I'm doing well now, but want them to pay. I think in a prior video, someone asked you about revenge as kind of a side topic, and I remember you advising against it because to basically take any form of worthwhile revenge, you pretty much have to break the law. That's true. That's why you really can't. You can get revenge in petty and minor ways, but yeah, to get real revenge, you have to break the law, and so we can't do that. So I don't advise it. That's the quandary I find myself in. The actual ways I've been violated, many of what you would imagine or what a lot of other clients would probably come to you with. They largely sent around trying to screw over my career, deliberately, knowingly lying to me, and basically setting me up to take a fall. Yeah, it's called baby boomers. That happened to everyone. And I have not been in the real working world in like probably 8 years now. 7 years at least. And so I don't know what Gen X people are like. Because keep in mind, I'm getting old, guys. I don't know if Gen X has been lying to the Zers and the younger millennials. I don't know. I'm going to assume they are, because I think not only at a basic level, most people are evil, vile, disgusting things on the planet, humans. I think that when you go into corporate America and you get older, especially in the United States, you are channeled to become scum. And so you could be baby boomers, it could be millennials, it could be Gen Xers, but I'm just going to assume Gen X corporate managers are scumbags and are lying to you and are screwing you over. And I definitely know Gen X more than the baby boomers as professors now. They are the professoriate. The majority of professors now are Gen Xers. And those guys have made, and gals, have made colleges, universities, nothing more than a broken glass dildo, rape you up the ass scam. But I can see it, yeah. Or as what I'm saying, welcome to the club. You're not special. That's what happens. That's what most. So it's not like you. Don't take it personally. It's just people. Actually, now you're going to go through examples. A girl I used to work with who was sucking the boss's dick and then whispered things in the boss's ear and eventually got me put out of favor with the company because she didn't like me. The guy that told me I was definitely going to be converted from contractor to full-time, I left a solid, stable job for this opportunity that he told me one afternoon, 90 days to the day that I have two bad pieces of information. One is the firm is going to do the conversion, and two, I have to collect all your things today. Then had someone new in my seat the very next day as existing permanent employee. The nepotistic 32-year-old bitch who had 45 years experience got promoted to oversee a team of 50, which included people whose careers were longer than she's been alive. That's perfect Gen X. Let's all worship and bow down at corporate virtue signaling and diversity. That is a Gen X thing. Once in a row, she would gossip with leadership of other companies about her own people, except gossip about her own people at face value. Wouldn't report her female superior about 1 year older than me, who was by job was supposed to be career manager at my company. How felt? Okay, I got it. Here's the problem. Aside from the guy that there aren't, like, when you get a job reneged and you give up a job, there might actually be some recourse where they violate a verbal contract. So going forward, what you should do, I know this has nothing to do with revenge. Going forward, what you need to do is you need to record everything. Have everything on email. Have letters. Have them signed. Get this cut. So that when they renege or withdraw a position, you say, I gave up that job to come work for you guys. Then you might be able to get an employment lawyer or a labor lawyer, whatever specialty in law there is. That's one thing you do going forward. Also going forward, you don't take shit from bosses. I mean, you don't be a complete dick, and you be professional, but you make it very clear. Look at Glassdoor reviews. I found those to be amazingly accurate in terms of predicting bad employment opportunities. And dude, you're just gonna have to get self-employed, man. You're gonna have to join the 1099 superior race, because there's no other way. So that's going forward. But yeah, here's the problem now. You have a choice. You could get mired in this middle school corporate America bullshit and drama and antics. A female manager, although a good dealer, pitching me an assignment in my company and certainly female things didn't work out because my work products were never along the lines of what she was, quote, looking for. But whenever I asked for direction on what at the end of the day, she would just tell me she didn't have time to hold my hands. Yeah. Behind the scene, the company would apologize to her. Okay, all right, dude. Do you want to deal with this bullshit? Again, it's not personal. This stuff is not This is what is normal. Okay? You don't get promoted within corporate America because of performance. You get promoted because of conformance, or if you have the vajaja. All right? If you have the almighty vajaja, then we bow down and worship you and give you, officer positions, even though you're running. So you can try and get revenge on them if you want. I don't know how you would legally. But the best way is to avoid them, to not be in these situations, and to protect yourself against. I mean, I remember the last place I worked at. I mean, everything was documented. Dude, I had it. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that because this email says that you just sent me said I did. I mean, it was like that, and that's every company ever. You're gonna spend damn near half your time like documenting your work and covering your ass, which makes working in corporate America not worth it. But so don't think it's like they did it to you. They do it to everybody because that's who they are. These people all knew exactly what they were doing and knew what the consequences for me would be. I want these people to pay. I want their lives ruined. It's about 5 to 6 of them over the past years. What have I done so far? I've sent non-profane texts from untraceable sources. Oh yeah, you're not creepy at all, dude. You're totally not creepy. But they would know who it is based on context, but can't prove it, telling them that I know what they did, and they should know that these things can have consequences. That's not, you never telepath your revenge, you just deliver it. If you come up with something that's legal. That's as far as I've gone. I envision getting to a point financially where I could hire teams of lawyers to sue them all, even frivolous lawsuits, but they would still have to defend against it. They would be buried in paperwork and driven bankrupt by legal fees. Yeah, if you can find a lawyer to take your case and not get paid. I'm not quite there yet, but that would be nice. Yeah, do you want to waste your time on that? You're going to have to put up the money. You're going to have to find a lawyer. And you could get nailed for frivolous lawsuits. Your lawyer, you could get nailed for frivolous lawsuits. Although I'm not against that. Like if you actually have, again, if you have documented proof, what you can do is you go talk to a lawyer, a good one, and say, is there a case here? The lawyer may say yes or no. And just the fear or the threat of a lawsuit might get these people to jump. Mentioned Saturday about how to make someone really pay. You have to go after the loved ones, not just take them out of existence altogether. They would not be there to suffer. I too do not see the appeal in revenge logic where someone has screwed you over, wronged you terribly, or dealt an unjust crippling blow to your life. And the response often seen in Hollywood is that the bad guy just gets a quick bullet to the forehead, accompanied by a pichoo. Where's the satisfaction in that? You later mentioned with your guest that the best revenge is winning. I don't understand this. I know it's a derivative of the best revenge is living well. Yeah, I don't believe that's not revenge. That's not revenge. That's just you got over them and moved on with your life and succeeded in spite of them. And I agree there. And the path to it, these privileged rich people who Oh, you'll land on your feet. Oh, the best revenge is living well. It's like, how do I get to living well without a job, you assholes? So I understand your confusion there. But what it is that you never get down in the mire and the muck. Like, let's say you took a tire iron and beat the heck out of one of these people. You're not going to live well. All right? Now you're in jail. And you never will get to that point where they'll okay, fine, they got a limp for the rest of their life, but they're like, oh, remember that guy? You didn't get your revenge. They sued you. You got criminal charges and things like that. So it's about the only legal way is for you to live well. And it also assumes that these people care about you. Like, I know probably all the douchebags I went to school with, they don't even remember who I am. They probably couldn't care less. So they wouldn't even know, like, who's he? He's living well. Who gives a shit? So a true revenge, there has to be a price paid and a punishment made, and it has to be connected to what they did wrong. Which, again, because of law, you can't really do much about it except maybe a lawsuit if they really screw up legally. Then you can get them. All right, so that's where you got to, and that's basically the only way you can do it. Is you get a lawyer, you find out have a legitimate case to bring a lawsuit against these people, which might be possible. But beyond that, this is where, well, I'll finish reading this and I'll explain to you the philosophy. It's not really a philosophy, it's true. I don't know if I need to be talked down. Yeah, you kind of do, because you sound like the fucking Spurg type. Who like, I'm going to get your fucking... Or if maybe there are some kinds of alternative ways to making someone's life a living hell without breaking the law. How would you recommend going after someone who really tried to personally mess up your life? If someone threatens your means of earning a living and tries to sabotage it, all bets off. Like a video response. All right. In your case, you could review your bosses. You could do Yelp. You could attack them on the internet. You can give them every kind of opinion. You know, like Glassdoor reviews don't work at this company. That's one thing you can do. If someone threatens your means to earn a living and tries to say, are all bets off? No, because you still go to jail. All right. That's why, like, you have multiple sources of income. That's why you're self-employed. I mean, it's. See, I never had that problem because I got out of the W-2 world before all the doxing and this. And I think most of the banks didn't give a damn. They needed someone who had the technical skills I had. A lot of these guys were so old they didn't even know what the internet was. But you can't. No, not all bets are off. You can't go hurting and murdering people. And sabotage it. Yeah, you see way too much personal assault against you than just incompetence and negligence on most management. But no, not all bets are off. You gotta work within the law. But you can write a book, you gotta document it, you can write posts, you can attack them on the internet, like with Yelp reviews and all that. You have every right to speak your opinion. You could even protest outside of their place. I mean, I don't think that'd be too effective. You'll look like the crazy person. But here's, and this is where my philosophy, which is reality of revenge, comes in. Let's go through all these petty middle school stab you in the back bullshit instances you gave us. With that level of professionalism or lack of professionalism, do you think any of these people or these companies are going to go all that far? I mean, what comes to mind is there's this one company that outright lied to me about the job I was going to be doing. And it was just a bunch of self-dick-sucking finance people who thought they knew it. The company went under. It's not around anymore. They're not there. The bank industry, they needed an entire bailout. Pretty much every banker I worked with has either died, some did retire legitimately, but most got fired because they're just incompetent. And these gals like Tina, oh my God, the chatty Cathys who are going to run their divisions into the ground and drive everyone, all the reliable, nerdy, programmers or accountants or whatever, all the female affirmative action hire drama and incompetent leadership. They'll drive all their talented staff away. they will get fired. And even if they're there, they're going to go through such a life of hell where it is no longer merit and hard work and labor and working smarter and harder. It's politics. And who the fuck wants to live a life of politics? I mean, look at Hillary Clinton. You think she's had a fun life? You think she's had, she's had food. She's had every material want and desire given to her. But does she look happy? Can't be happy with not having to deal with politics all the time. And if you're not going to work hard and bring in money into the company, I know a big four accounting firm that just, they went full-blown affirmative action hiring. And they drove so many talented CPAs and accountants and IT guys away. Because, we're not going to be here. Fuck this shit. We're out of here. And, well, then what do you keep your job based on? Well, it's politics. That is a life of hell. That you can write a zillion Yelp reviews and people could read them. You can't even come close to the amount of pain and agony life is going to pay these people over the course of life. So they're still alive to suffer it. They still got to go to work and suffer it. They got to go to these incompetent, insane asylums and play the insane asylum game. This is assuming the company is even around. That was a great one where I remember working for a .com, and it was ran by a megalomaniac, and everyone was miserable. This guy was just a psychopath, and now I think he's in jail. There was no worse punishment for that guy than to see him. Think about Theranos. There's a perfect example. That's another example where these people don't live in the real world. They don't work. They don't produce GDP. They don't produce a product or profit. It's all a scam, and it is such a pain in the ass to run a scam. Now, what's her life like? Oh, I'm sure she's got millions squirreled away somewhere, but she has to have such cognitive dissonance for the rest of her life. She's got to be miserable. Same thing with one of my ex-bosses ran the .com. Fuck if I know where he is. But he thought he was God. And now he can't even, he's a nobody. He's a fucking no one. What else? Yeah, you keep wanting to play, you want to keep, basically, okay, here's how it goes. Middle school is bullshit. Okay, that's when hormones kick in and everyone, who's popular, who's got the nice shoes, who's got the nice shirt, all that other crap. That continues in high school, it kind of continues in college, and then once you get out of college, that bullshit continues in corporate America and other forms of employment, right? Because that's how low IQ and basic bitch most people are. They don't show up, they don't do their job, it's always, oh my God, Tina, dude, bro, I don't do anything. Fuck. Do you want to keep being in middle school? Do you want to keep dealing with these people? Because this is what's going to continue to happen. Or do you want to join the 1099 superior race? Okay? Which is it going to be? Right? And you could go ahead and try and get revenge on these people. You don't have to. There's no worse hell than living in an adult version of middle school, which is corporate America. Let them. Let these people, look, all these gals you disproportionately mention, female managers, how much debt do you think they got with their MBAs? How many of them are drinking their White Claw and, don't need no man? Let them go, let them. Because they'll be crying their ass off when they're 58, don't need no man, fish bicycle, 3 divorces. You don't have to lift a finger because stupid people do stupid. And stupid decisions have costs and consequences. And the real world will beat the ever-living shit out of them for you. So it's actually one of those things where you just have to leave it alone. Let them be. Let them be. Don't even bother with it. One thing I do is I know a lot of you would love to tell your bosses off when you quit or you give your 2 weeks notice. You'd love to read them. You don't tell them shit. The reason why is there's an outside chance they might listen to you. This is why whenever you never do an exit interview. Never. Not unless they pay you an egregious sum of money. I'm talking like $5,000 to $10,000. Because if they listen to you, that's like free consulting. It's one of the rare instances we say, yeah, Bob's a fuck up, this is wrong, that's wrong. Whoa. That's gold, especially if they paid attention. Why point out the problems? Why help them out? You say, yeah, unless you pay me $10,000, I'm not giving you an exit interview. Go hire Bain and McKinsey or Accenture. Go have them consult you for $10,000 in 1 week. They'll tell you what I could tell you, but you're going to give me that money. And I won't be so polite. I'll be much more direct and blunt about it so you can more quickly assess and identify the problems. You never, ever, you don't help out your enemy. Why'd you leave? Oh, yeah, better business opportunities. Oh, yeah, it's great. Everything's wonderful here. Really? No, you guys are fucked up. I'm not going to tell you unless you pay me an egregious sum of money. Bye. And you let them continue to fuck up. You let everybody keep going to work. You let everybody get in the drama. You let them have their turnover problems. You let them have their shitty Glassdoor reviews. You have those, there's like review your boss or something. Fortunately, one of my bosses is dead. Oh, I still want to dance on his grave and do a video about it. And then you go and you live your life and you enjoy it. And you just guard yourself and make sure you don't deal with these people ever again. And that's how you get revenge. So that's it. So there you go. Anyway, questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Everybody get this book, Bachelor Pad Economics. It will keep you out of situations like that where you'll be the super highly skilled STEM guy. Like, no, you're going to pay me $200 an hour. I get to work from home. No, I'm not dealing with your middle school corporate antic bullshit. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.